Can't remember, but I mean, I think I picked up on that line where the author was making reference to another author in the book, and was saying, oh, that when people ask for access to public health and all of that, and the person says that, you know that we had better evaluate what democracy really means to us. Freedom to speak, to have your thoughts out without fear of being victims, that help us to strengthen democracy. Well, welcome to the Monday edition of the show. If you're joining 5:30 p.m., 90 straight minutes of conversation that takes us into the roots and it has people of interest to help us to, drive the conversation. And that's what we're always 8.3 FM. We are the sound of Lagos. It's a Monday, the 22nd day of September 20th of communication. But a lot of questions have been asked in respect to the presidential candidate in 2019 and 2023. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar statement of Governor Fubara, Labour Party presidential candidate. His Excellency, the legality. Last week I played you the sound bite of it. They could have done one or two things, and then the state of emergency will be extended. But that is weekend is usual element. But the Governor Fubara was that he would do everything for peace to return in the state, and is happy that peace had returned. I have two sound. The rumor thought time a lot of money was being passed around. Then she was in the House of Representatives, but Chief Olusegun then thought time would be the least of my problem. Take a listen to that. You'd also hear talking about how the problems in River State, Honorable Imaoka, he was with urgency was declared. For a lot of people, it's a chapter that for 6 months. And just like Mr. Som, and they would demand from Sēgun Obasanjo, former president, Ahmed Tinubu, started the crisis in Rivers. One would come back, a barrister had issues in Rivers. And what happens thereafter? The governor resumed officially on Friday, but today he drove him to that state. But are there consequences for that particular 6 months? There was no for the probe of the commander vice 35B, but again immediately also to be the concerned elders of Rivers are saying, come back. The 6 months that you've bite, when I come back, but I started
not a fool that will say wanted to have got it, but some people believe that it's sin against God.
Well, the governor has said before now, Tenet, and the governor, even after the Supreme Court judgment, he started immediately abiding by it. That is why I'm at a loss. Why the declaration of the state declare that the breakdown of law and order that will require state of emergency in River State, that required extraordinary. Boko Haram has been liquidating our officers and citizens of Nigeria. The president did not think there was a need for extraordinary measure. And in River State, where there was no crisis, there was no political riots, there was nothing. And then you declare judgment has resolved the disputes by declaring the civil rights and obligation Supreme Court judgment to initiate crisis. People, we are maimed.
I mean, I understand.
The president must leave. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes.
A new day, a new event. When elephants fight, it all unfolds right here in the Situation Room. Here, we bring together the main. Stay tuned to the Situation Room with Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴜ every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your.
The eyes have it.
Again to the Monday, the start of the former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, saying that it was never a time. Some funny said it was more difficult than getting it. We still have doubts to question what Chief Obasanjo has said. I'm sure the former spokesperson to the Peter Obi campaign, Kenneth Okonkwo, talking about how to go away anytime soon. The Republic of Nigeria, the former president of emergency, has declared rule. Democracy.
You don't even have to protect. Yes, we understand that the pay is by you. We feel your pain and we wish things could be different as we continue to call on government to wake up to their responsibilities. We want the police to be our friends, just as it is boldly stated across the various police stations nationwide. And from mainland 98.3 FM, we implore you to do better. We love you and we support you.
Open defecation in Nigeria perpetuates a cycle of poor health, environmental degradation, and with the highest number of individual well-being. In that light, we from mainland 98.3 hygiene and not defecate in public.
What about all the things that you said we were to gain?
Hello there.
Remember the saying, safety first. Who to call can make all the difference. In case of fire, if you see a fire outbreak in either your home, office, or neighborhood, what do? Come without warning. So, in case of an accident, if someone is on personnel, by calling the emergency toll-free line on 112 or 7, stay calm and speak clearly. Describe the emergency line. Follow any instructions. Don't hang up until you're told. Let's work together to make Lagos safer for everyone. Remage is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM.
President must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We stay in our homes.
And the grass suffers and the ground shakes. We are always on pressing issues. Dissecting Monday to Friday. Always watching.
That's why I can say there. The eyes have it.
Thank you very much. And we just got off a session so transpired in Rivers and what's going on. It felt like it's 6 months in the States, except of course the other 3 local government said, and of course let's see how the people of Rivers wanted to bring back that edifice. And the governor also, it looks like the show, and he says that is what they are coming after. Who are the they? And he said after what had moved on. It's 5. It's on record. And that's sure that at some point, city of that declaration in court. But students, would this set for our democracy in fear state, because suspects have been tested in court, and then it could be issue. And so these are the matters that would all try to put our best foot forward. It's stuff. It looks like we take a step forward, and it won't be too late. Well, it looks like on the, while the and was still be some big celebration in Port Harcourt, but he didn't come. He came in on Friday morning on to Rivers State. But are you worried? That's the way all the House of Assembly members were elected. Let's see how this one goes. Hello, good evening.
265 billion naira. If he had even used it to renovate that bond to Tinubu, because the illegality of Tinubu telling me that all the money that Iba spent Tinubu was a sole administrator so much, this amount that you refuse to country. A man of 84 at his age, I'm sure just it can happen. God bless you.
Thank you very much. 11, if you can check it out. I did a report on this third time issue, the conversation of Naira leading Ghana must go back that was brought to the floor of the National Assembly. You're welcome.
Tinubu appointed him as a sole administrator of Rivers State. He spent something billion, give it to him in 6 months. So mentioning Tinubu that probably that man should be probed. Iba should come and tell the river, an elected governor. Then, and thank you very much, my brother.
It's a country, beautiful one. And you talked about the fact that, his wife is an American barrister, his wife is. Maybe you should check her profile out. Hello?
Mr. Kubara, I think the president has done people kind of put up and down. People are jubilating, people are celebrating, people are dancing. I know it's a mistake. I don't tell you mistake. But what is that?
True though. Good to have you join us.
Okay. You cannot move forward. Democracy is being screwed again. So, in my honest opinion, in the U.S., just like myself, and I believe there are mistakes that we all know. So what he should do is that he should tell Nigerians that he has made an honest mistake. And stupid somebody will know us, will forgive him, and we will tell there is no way he must make a...
Thank you. This week, Oba, it is not everyone that lifetime. I mean, all of the whole issue around is impeachment, and all of our country and the president are the United Nations, I can always call it, that United Nations General Assembly, City of Ibadan, as the new...
What did you do to yourself yesterday? This is fair. Maya and Chelsea this evening.
No
please,
trouble.
honestly speaking, because an emotion is something else. Need to be probed. Football need to be probed. Parliament need to prayer. If you rule, even for one day, you need that one day need to be President Rᴏᴏ will come out and say you did not fight for third time agenda. Everybody come and say this, come and say this. They need to be probed. Even Abacha who died need to be probed. Supposing President Parliament will not declare, because of probably put those stuff on the president power to do it. If he fails, not that you just go all this.
Very much, Ambassador Musbah. So, in reference, Adipa member of the reps and a current reps elect for another 4 years term. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo offered phone lines. Hello, good evening. Okay, your name and where you calling from?
Station before, but someone will be saying about go back. So many topics you can talk about. I'm saying go back. Everybody should go back to it.
So I have messages. It looks like we'll have to reschedule our session today with Barrister Adebayo Shitu. Hello, I'm with you.
Yeah, you make a statement just now. Where is it how we'll continue going? That one day a governor, a president can just wake up and decide to just send a
let me
meaning that in a situation where was the president in any state, you understand me? Situation where Basari and the same mean that there is government in that course. And yes, what happened in the national? How do you know? Let's stick to the fact. So the fact, you understand me?
Incident in Abuja, where there were rumors that not pay for peace to return to Rivers State, and that was exactly what he still reiterated on Friday and even on Sunday. He had always said that, you know what, the peace in Rivers is more important to me than anything else. We don't know what the content. The 36 state and the FCT is enjoying democracy right now, because it feels awkward when you have 35 state and the FCT and there's a state isolated being under democracy.
Now, you know, in the country,
I don't know. I just know it's a
secret room to have a meeting with the president in all.
Joshua, I know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was describing. Let me talk to Mr. Alaba.
Thank you. Me first, I want to say congratulations to Abdurrashid. Congratulations to the kind of is going to go well. So I would say that. I get you in River State. If you want to talk that for you guys, not to even choose it out.
Hello, good evening.
This nation to move forward. Then we have to move forward in propaganda. This is how they move US forward. This is how sure their country becomes what it becomes today. But if you want us to continue, okay, in a democratic campaign, one day will be one of chicken. For this,
you said you're for 괏ᴏᴜ. So it's a shame to Nigeria that we are spread. And to me,
not continue to stay in Nigeria. I understand the concern of, the caller that said, oh, you guys should not. But the truth of the matter is, you put a conversation up there, morally right or wrong, about what does of the Nigerian Constitution, then you know the process. Okay.
You know, that conversation is not saying that thing. What benefit has he had
to the state
to stay established? And one way or the other end is not a good one.
And best marry, settle to the southwest to come and bury you. I spent months in Nasarawa, and there was never a time anyone looked me in the face and said, hey, go back. Yeah, you're about boy. No. I mean, from NYC to masters of that tribal issue. I mean, Nigeria and far place, I should be able to stay there. So when you come up with posts and conversations,
hello,
you're welcome.
In fact, it's so funny hearing lies that we should not talk about. People are telling us that if something issue of Rivers State came up, it was the former president that is still in power and did the same thing that this current president is doing, has done in Rivers State. What do you think will happen? You understand? Now, look at this. You understand? For example, people are saying that we should not talk about and condemn him. Now, in Rivers State, nothing else. It's just about, and people will come and tell you that the president. Okay, if, let's say they're taking fight, you are supporting one person. Is it how to separate fight? I don't know.
Paper is reporting that the immediate past Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral Ibo Iba's refusal to be probed Yes, Vice Admiral Eba ceased to be the administrator of the oil-rich state of Governor Assimilai Right Honorable Martin Amewule emergency rule. According to the resolution of the House, award of contract point 2025 under the tenure of the sole administrator. The figures from June 44.66 billion in March, billion in June. It received 41.76 billion. According to the doc, averaging 42.400 billion per month. The structure of this allocation highlights the state heavy source of income for the states from March to August of its federal allocation. In March, the revision amounted to 25.2.94 payments.
You from Oshodi, come and go. But we will be talking, say, this is illegal, taking to Supreme Court to determine whether the state of emergency is legal.
Removal of the governor, not the declaration.
I want the governor to take it to Supreme Court. The state of emergency we are talking about, it is their PDP member. So the first or not the first is nothing. Don't you know the governor that is illegal in constitutional matter? Look at put on the table. I can work the governor. So anyway,
thank you, Prince Vice. I mean, it looks like for the caller that feel we should stop talking about Rivers, Naira accountability battle that seems to 4 billion. Come allocations are collected by actively lifted is asking is this: should the governor check out the put down the volume?
I think concerning Fubara, is done well, done very well, administrative. I think they are not going to get it, an emergency. I don't think so. And I'm very sure the sole administrator.
No, so let's put it here, Mr. Right? It is when you fail to turn up now to do something from, and I'm asking you, and give account of stewardship and clarity as the part to do that. Messages to also read. Like I said, it looks like we'll have to reschedule our initial, session with Barrister Adebayo. Well, let me read some messages that we have here. James from K2 says belongs to the APC of the PDP. Nigeria now has the most powerful president who can do anything with regards to the constitution. The 27 rivers are please, I want to know whether the Supreme Court was presented with the issue of defeat. Thank you. This message is on 0913-600-0410. There's nothing, simply are protecting the president. Anyone believing that the assembly members or any person who is a stooge of Emperor Wike would ever probe an administration that benefited things to give reasons for an extension, it speaks volume about the stories of pipeline bombing shortly before the so-called emergency declaration. Second base jazz. Fubara's demolition of the assembly is not an excuse for removing the governor. Your callers should stop being ashamed of themselves for not sharing the important issue. The followers should stop being biased. Ezelonedu from Abesson State says, good evening to Nigerians. For Wike's statement, it is now obvious who orchestrated the state of emergency in Rivers. He wants time. Rivers, Nigerians should bear it in mind that Governor Fubara will be impeached before in the next 6 months. Okay, about him is just as far as it is master of the house. This highlights a troubling that came out from Ikorodu. Please, this is a very serious warning. Me and every Nigerian, can you imagine Wike telling Nigerians that if they wanted to extend the emergency rule, they will have done one or two things? That goes to show that the state of emergency that was declared was intentional. They wanted something that they had places should have given the president reasons to declare state of emergency too. It is okay. We are watching. God, it is obvious that terrorism has acted now come out. Okay. And left him when the jungle matured. Okay, one more Korean. I got that as the first seek for third term. I think we should leave that to his conscience, which is an open wound that can only pass. For me, it is only President Tinubu that can call for Iba's accountability for his 6 months as a state administrator at Rivers, because he was appointed. He's the one that knew the scope of it. This is Festus from Ikorodu, and he says, good evening, Okwe. Week runs out. On the issue of Wike, society judge and everyone would eventually how they've handled the politics of Rivers.
Hello, good evening, Okwe.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Lawata, which is I forget his name now. For recognize our Oba in the it was there to join you. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. I thank all of you. So that means what we are practicing right now, where so many days are left for.
In 1999, after the election between the PDP and the Alliance for Democracy, achieved into democracy. And from 1999 to 2007, we had Chief Olusegun Obasanjo as president. He ended up tenure, and of course, election took over from the PDP after the PDP had ruled for 16 years. And of course, the APC came into power under APC government of now former governor of Lagos, former senator, former national leader. Hello, good evening.
Hello, yeah, good evening, Ope. Why am these things? That's why the man is reacting like that. But you know how they change. But by saying pro, we look at it, at least we should know how we spend the money of Rivers State people. We need to be audited. Thank you. God bless you.
I feel that someone.
Yeah, it's been a while. Oba was begging. He said, "Why we come out from good thing? You'll be eager for people. Why not do right? Afraid to do it. That person is a sin. It's a sin."
Okay, I guess the network didn't do good to lead to him when he occupied that office. The money belongs to the people. Chris from Magbo, where people are saying that the Mr. President appointed the sole administrator. Rivers should demand accountability so as to serve as a pointer to Abiola from Ijai. Well, if you're joining us for the very first time, good to have.
God bless you. This is Pastor Emmanuel calling from Abulegba.
Pastor Emmanuel from Abulegba. Please.
Okay, yeah. I listened to one of the governor. I don't know whether it's lack of knowledge. It is not easy to impeach a governor. In his hand, the local government in his hand. So we can know they cannot impeach him because the House of Assembly and people are justified it now. See, tomorrow, who knows? That Fubara can be, even one of his sons may rise up tomorrow to become a president. He will tell you what they did to him. So when it happened in Lagos, I pray that God will keep them alive. That old man.
Listen to Barrister Mᴏᴜᴜ. We'll be right back.
Nigeria. I must commend Mr. President for senior advocates because of the emergency rule. So many people have become, for me, has done. The basis of declaring a state of emergency was because as at that time it was only not in existence. The election that was held, that it was Supreme Court that already said local. Because the existence of local government. And Mr. President also said so many other things that culminated to the further local for taking that book being a defender. As a politician, yes, but again looks at it, forget about yes, you're working with violated certain provisions of the law that is impetus, declares of emergency. My humble self, the assembly, the National Assembly, glory of God, as I speak to you, peace returned. As I spoke, when you were living beside the tone. I was watching on television today when there's crisis. Don't one or two things to make sure that no, let the state of emergency continue. No.
Emergency. Well, person alive who can actually come of Obasanjo is no other person than said former member of the. Hello. Oh, God save me. Unfortunately, we also have to go. We can't read messages again, and we can't pick your calls again. Stand that maybe I have to reschedule for later time. But Mr. Kun said that by 5:30 is Mainland FM Global News, and by 6 o'clock I would also come back to Clan Rice and a few others are making it outside of the on Mainland 98.3 FM OBology, because you can take break from Labour Party. Stick around. Let's do this tomorrow, same time. For now.